Hey, you guys! Danielle Phelps here from Passion Profit CEO, and today we're talking all about creating your soul-aligned client avatar. Oh my gosh, that is a mouthful. But a lot of times when we get started in business, we need to know how to attract our soul clients, right? And whenever I say this, your soul aligned client avatar, it's because in most industries, you can target all types of people. But whenever you can really get in there and find those soul-aligned clients, that's when you truly have a business that, you just absolutely love and adore, because you're working with people who are just absolutely freaking amazing, and you love doing your business every single day. Because in my husband's business, whenever we started his business, we were doing all kinds of different services. We were taking on any kind of client we could, because when you go from an employee to an entrepreneur and you jump in on that second month full time, just like my husband did, and you're like, I need more time to run my business if I'm going to make this work, and he's, one of the things that was one of the things that he shared with me, and oh my gosh, like I was in tears. I was like, because I'm logic over here, like I run off of logic, and those numbers just don't add up. Yes, the 9 to 5 wasn't paying the paychecks every single week, or wasn't paying the paychecks, wasn't paying all the bills every single week, but you just jumped into your business and you don't have a booked out list of clientele, so it just don't seem that smart to jump right into full time, right? That's my logic whenever we got started in his business, and I just had to rely on his faith during that time and be like, okay, baby, you got this. You just go show me what you got. But he quickly realized, oh my gosh, that not every client is your ideal client. He had one client where he was still learning in his business and didn't have contracts in place, but he let the other guy basically have quantity over quality, and he let him choose his price, and based on the budget he gave him, my husband told him what he could do for him, and then that whole project, oh my gosh, it was such a mess. But we learned, and we grew through it, and we grew so much in that moment. But that client is one that we never want to experience in either of our businesses. We never want to have that client again, because it was ugly. It almost went to lawsuits and going to court and all kinds of things, and we don't want that for our businesses, right? So that's why the being able to create your soul-aligned client avatar is so important in your business, because you really want to connect with those people that you actually want to work with. Like, you don't want to attract these people that are hard to work with, and it's undesirable, right? And you want to be fulfilled at the end of the day with the people that you're serving. So when it comes to creating your soul-aligned client avatar, we go deep into this work in the University of Passion Profits, but just to give you a brief overview today, like what you want to know when it comes to creating your soul-aligned client avatar. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so hard to say. I dare you to try and say it like 2 times fast. But when you're creating your avatar, what happens is you want to do life with people and business with people who are a lot like you, right? So how many of you have bought insurance before? Like, it's something that we have to have. Car insurance, house insurance, health insurance. How many of you have bought insurance before, right? Think about that process of buying that insurance. Did you just buy it from somebody who called you on the phone and said, hey, I've got insurance for sale? Probably not. You most likely went to somebody locally, or somebody who you were referred to by a friend who had purchased insurance from that person, right? And so here's the deal. Most people don't buy products based on the product itself. They buy based on the person behind the product. Have you ever done this? Have you ever purchased from somebody just because you know who they are and you trust them, right? It goes back to that know, like, and trust factor. And so when I'm doing business, especially with insurance and different things like that, there are two things I look for. If I can't find somebody who I know and trust already, then I'm looking for somebody locally so that I can get to know them and so that I know they're available to me. I don't like all these insurance companies where you have to go out there and you have to get on the phone and you have to go through this, push this number, push that number. Like, I want to talk to a real human being. I'm a very personal person, and that's how I conduct business, and that's how I want to be treated when I am the customer, right? And so when I'm looking for different things that I want, and just like my coaching that I invest in, the insurances that I buy, like, I literally seek out those people that I like and want to do business with, right? There's that relationship there. And so people don't buy products. They buy products because of the person behind the product, okay? How many of you love watching those commercials of Flo? Because there's some kind of personalization to that. She has a personality, right? And how many of you have Progressive because of the commercials of Flo? Or how many of you have Progressive because of the insurance agents that are local to you and you were able to get Progressive through them, right? So it's about personality, and we do a lot of training on this in the University of Passion Profits. Actually, I just got finished recording a training on it, and I went way deep in depth to how personality is so streamlined to the success in your business. When you can put those two together, you streamline your success in business, because personality is a huge part of your business. And so in order to create your soul-aligned client avatar, you really have to assess yourself, right? We attract who we are. So generally speaking, okay, depending on what kind of business you have, you are generally attracting an earlier version of yourself, something that you have walked through, that pain that you have experienced and learned to deal with, and you're now helping and serving others based on that pain that you felt, but it allows you to be relatable to those other people. And so, like in my husband's general contracting business, he often brings in other people into his business to help on, building houses and different things, because he can't just do it all. He has to bring in other resources. And so a lot of times those people that he does business with are other small business owners who are just like him, and they like golfing, and they like hunting, and they like, spending time with their family. Like, they have those same interests as he does, right? And so that's why they all work so well together, even though they have different types of businesses and different things. And it's the same thing when you're trying to figure out your ideal customer avatar, because you need to assess yourself and the kind of people that you want to work with in your business, because your personality matters and you want to spend time with people that you actually like, right? And so when you get into doing your ideal client avatar, I've got the workbook pulled up here from the University of Passion Profits of some of the things that we take you through. But get super clear on who you are and who you were before you became the person that you are now. And, that might not make a lot of sense to you. Some of this you're going to need the work in the University of Passion Profits to understand, so that you understand, how you are the more successful version of yourself, a previous self. But in this workbook, what we do is we literally go through and we break down your ideal client avatar. It's not just demographics. Yes, demographics are important, especially if you're going to be doing paid ads and different things like that. But it's more about the personality of that person and what their interests are and how they are similar to you. Because again, whenever you're doing sales in your business, the more relatable you can be to somebody, the easier it's going to be to gain that know, like, and trust and form those relationships with those people to create those sales in your business easily, right? And so you want to know their demographics, okay? So that is still important on your avatar. You want to know their demographics, you want to know their goals, values, morals, desires. You want to know their struggles and pains and challenges that they face. Of course, you've already dealt with some of those, right? And so they're going to be a lot like you. You're going to want to know their interest, right? You want to know what they're interested in. Just like I told you, my husband likes to do business with other people who like to golf. Why? Because on their weekends off and fishing and things like that, they can still spend time together, right? They're friends just as well as business partners. And that can be like your business too. Your soul aligned client avatars have so much in common with you, okay? So identify their interests, their financial situation, right? So they're probably an earlier version of yourself. So identify that money mindset and things that they have, so that way you can truly relate to them on that type of level, especially when it comes to sales objections. If money is one of their main objections for your products and service, like, think of that the steps that you had to walk out in order to invest in what you invested to learn what you know about your service and things now. That all plays a role in helping your ideal clients, right? And then think about their fears, their jealousy, what they're learning about, the solutions and wants that they desire, what their needs are, their emotions, and their results. All of this is so important to identifying your soul aligned client avatar, okay? It's not just their demographics. It's not just, what they want and what they need from your business. It goes into so much more than that. And I hope you guys understand that. It goes back to who you are is what you attract, and turning that mirror on yourself and understanding your story and what happened with you, but also going out there and doing market research. All of this is stuff that we talk about in the University of Passion Profits. And, we go deep diving into all of this. I ask you lots of coaching questions, and I ask you have you do all kinds of activities and different things and give you different trainings, so that way you can learn and assess and dive deep into all of this work. Because it's not just saying, hey, my ideal client is somebody who is building a business and they want to know all the things about building business. That's not actually my ideal client. My ideal client, are my soul aligned clients, are those who are just like me. Like, they're God girls. They have families. They desire to bring their husbands home. They desire to create a better life for their children. They desire, they love eating ice cream, but they also just as much value being healthy. There's so much to it, right? They love one-on-one personal connection. Knowing this about my soul aligned client avatar helps me in my business, because it allows me to also help to create the strategies within my business that truly set me apart and allow me to show up in a way that they gain know, like, and trust from me, right? And so we can do business on a level that speaks to them, right? And so that's what you want whenever you're creating your soul aligned client avatar, is to truly be able to get them down to a T. Dot those I's, cross those T's. It's creating that unique thumbprint of that avatar so that you know exactly who you're talking to, because it goes down to copywriting in your business, and you want to talk directly to that person who is for you. Sure, you're going to attract other people who are interested in the things that you talk about, but when you talk specifically to your soul aligned client avatar, that's what you're going to attract the most of, and business is going to be so simple, easy, and fun, because you're doing life and business with those people that you absolutely love to be around and spend your time with. All right, guys, if you have any questions around creating your soul aligned client avatar, oh my gosh, let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions. And if you want to do the deep dive work into this, just message me and I can tell you more about the University of Passion Profits and get you directed to the workbook that allows you to dive deep into this activity and gives you all the questions for all those areas that I described to help you just truly get it out of who your soul aligned client avatar is. All right, you guys, have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.